Playboy, you made that beat.
We back at it again. I'm from a remote site in North Carolina, Fayetteville, North Carolina. Shout out to my man J. Cole. I'm in the Ville with you, boy.
Hey, this is Mike Daniel, Alamo City All-Star Sportsplex, proud supporter of Super Sports Media, and definite shout out to Fayetteville, North Carolina, baby. Ooh-wee, memories there.
Hey, we got a special guest with us today. It's been a hard and long time to get this young man. Allow me to interview him. So thank you, Michael Daniel, for setting this up. All the way from Clemens High School.
It's Coach Bell, you know me, Robert Bell. Ain't nothing special about me though, like I said. But I'm here, man. Appreciate you guys for having me. And just let you know, Tally, it was your fault that we never got it done because we were supposed to get it done. But you know what I'm saying? That's neither here or there.
Coach, you always got to bring up old stuff with me. You always got to bring up old stuff. No, man, but I appreciate you. Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, so Coach Bell, Robert Bell, man, first off, thank you. We've had a relationship for decades now, from young hoopers, from me coming from Corpus, watching you being one of the killers up here that everybody feared and knew about, right? To now what you're out here doing. And so thank you for making your time and taking time to allow us to pay homage and reverence to you, salute you, and give you a flower. So thank you for this opportunity, Coach.
I appreciate y'all. Appreciate it.
All right, so we're going to kick this thing off, Coach. So we're going to go back and forth with questions, and then we're going to wrap up with a rapid fire, and then we're going to get on out of here, let you get ready for your game to watch since you're a Texans fan and everything. So my first question, right, from Brennan to Clemens, right, and you were a big role in everything that Brennan built and what they have now. You were huge in that. When you left, how did you know it was time? Like, what was it? How'd you know it was time to go and spread your wings, Coach?
Oh man, it was I'm gonna say it was God's timing, really, man. It was just a situation where, this wasn't the first job I had applied for while I was at Brennan. And I didn't get those jobs, and it's kind of lucky I didn't, but I wasn't even going to apply for this job. And Cody was the one who told me, man, go ahead, apply for it. He gave me the pros about it. And I said, you know what? And I think it was like last minute I applied for it. I reached out to the football coach and talked with him, and from there it was history, man. But a lot of these jobs it's not what you know, it's who you know. And a lot of times I got passed over because of, those relationships. But this job was wide open, and I was able to interview, and do a good job during COVID and end up getting a spot. So, yeah, been rocking ever since.
Go Buffaloes. You're doing a phenomenal job out there, man, and you got Clemens rocking. So kudos to you for that, Coach.
Before I ask my question, can I give a fun fact about you having that job at Clemens, Coach?
Yeah, go ahead.
So Coach Bell's been out there, was it 4 years?
This is my fifth year. This is my fifth year.
5 years. So all 4 years he made the playoffs. Am I right about that, Coach?
Correct.
That's facts, right?
Right.
Thank you. That's awesome. That's awesome. So with saying that is tough. That is tough. So with saying that, what does our roster look like? We graduated a few guys that, were some really important pillars to what you're doing. With those guys graduating, what does our roster look like with our returning players?
Oh man, we got I got two juniors and not sophomores, two seniors coming back that was vital to last year's team as well. I got Christian Dupree, I got Andre Starks, Quentin Proctor, and Isaiah Jenkins. All those guys who, played. A lot of them played some crucial, were crucial pieces for the team last year. Having them come back, giving us, bringing back some toughness and some experience. So, a lot of times when you have rollovers like we do, and it's almost been like every year I've been graduating 6, 7, 8 seniors. So, but having 4 pieces come back that were important in our success last year, I think it's gonna be good for us to help us try to find that success again.
And so with that, you do a great job developing your players. So that's why I'm not going to ask you how anything about developing, because you're one of the coaches I'm seeing right there every day with the work you're putting in. What are your incoming eighth grade, now ninth graders? What are they looking like? I know a few of them going to play JV at least. You want to name some of those guys real quick that's in the pipeline?
The ninth graders right now.
Yes, sir.
Man, I got, right now I have 2 that I have in the varsity period, 2 that I'm looking at. I got my son, of course, who's been playing, summer ball with the varsity, playing fall ball these last couple of weeks. He's been he's been doing a good job and just trying to get him used to that high school and that varsity level speed and he's been doing a good job. I got another kid who's a move in from Louisiana that he's going to be a stud. Just trying to get him to play the right way and understand the little nuances that we do as Clemens. And once he get there, I think he's going to be fine. Then we got a couple of guys who is going to be who's going to do well at the freshman level, maybe the JV level, but they're going to be important pieces as they move up to sophomores and juniors.
All right. My next question, Coach. 1996, 1997. Go ahead and smile. Remember that year was a great year, right? You won a state championship as a player at Fox Tech, right? That year, your team had to buy into some values from the coach y'all played for. What values from a player have you brought and carried over as a coach?
Man, I think all those values really, us being a inner city basketball team at that time, being able to do what we did, a lot of stuff was important for us that I still think is important for us now as I'm coaching instead of playing. A lot of those things is, we was fearless. We didn't care what our competition was or who our opponent was. We always believed in ourselves. That was something that was taught to us from my middle school back when I was at Wheatley Middle School playing for Coach Brown and Coach Callahan, and it just continued when we got to high school. But, just being fearless competitors, hard work is always on top of what we do, accountability, teamwork, and discipline, man. Those are the foundations of our program. That was the foundations back then. And if you don't have any of those things, you can't put all those things together, it's gonna be tough for you to have any type of success. So those are the things that we talk about all the time at our program. And that's what I've learned over the years, coaching as well, not only as a player, but as coaches at other programs that I've been a part of.
So you mentioned fearless, right? And with fearless, you said you didn't care about who your opponent was. So basically, y'all looked at them like, hey, they got to put their socks on before they shoes, just like y'all did, right?
Man, it wasn't that we was playing them. We felt that they was playing us. You know what I'm saying? Like our coach, man, I remember we was in the locker room in that state championship when we was playing Dallas Lincoln. Before we even got out there, they was, Dallas is Dallas. They was rowdy. They was beating on our door. When we was in the locker room, they was saying all this stuff. And we was in our locker room. We was just calm, man. And our coach was looking at us and like, man, who is Dallas? You know, F Dallas. No, he said that. And we was all like, it's time to go. You know what I'm saying? So we never stepped on the floor not believing in ourselves. You know, I see that a lot. And when I first got the job, it was kind of that mindset. Whereas, oh man, we're not supposed to beat such and such. So we've been working on it to now we're at the point where no matter who we step on the floor with, we're competing. That's the biggest thing. If you already lost before you stepped on the court, you don't have a chance. So uh, we always had that, man. I think all of our games was lost within the city. If we ever played somebody from Houston or Dallas or whatever case may be, we was winning those games because we always believed in ourselves.
That's great. I wish I could have seen Eric's face when he realized that you believe in that method. So I'm gonna let him talk right now because he's sick right now. Just so you know, he's sick right now.
No, no, no. No, I love the Mike has a cliche thing he says about these socks and shoes, and he uses it every time now. So I see he's gonna use it with all the with every
Yeah.
coach, everybody he talked to. But I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. But hey, look, since we're talking, I wanted to switch it over to district play a little bit with the realignment of the districts. Now you guys went from 27 to I believe you're 29 now, right? You guys go south now, if I'm
Yeah.
correct. You don't go north. New district 27 is going north, and you guys are going south. How are you looking forward to that? As far as now, instead of going up to play, they face Austin teams for the playoffs. And again, I know we're looking ahead, but again, I still see how it's gonna. We've already talked about how we think it's gonna break down as far as who's gonna be where. You're still gonna go south in the playoffs. How are you looking at that as far as the realignment of that?
Oh man, we kind of, in theory, it's a better situation for us because, history has it that, the Austin and it's not even the Austin. Austin was the second, third round. It was really getting out of the Northeast district, those Clarks and Reagans and those guys, Johnson, and then having to go, face Austin maybe or, Round Rock area. But there's a lot of as you know, it's a lot of history and good basketball programs up in that area going north. To be able to go south, kind of give us a a break from that because the last 4 years we've been going that direction. I think just going down, being able to get a different look, a different style of basketball uh, is going to help us out. Give us an opportunity to go. Uh, you know, further in the playoffs, depending because we still gonna have to play. We're still gonna have to play because if you made it to the playoffs, it means you're at least decent. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be tough for even us to make it to the playoffs. So that's another subject. But going down, I think that's gonna give us a opportunity to make it some rounds uh more than what we've done in the past. That's the hopes, at
And
least.
and you already play down there. Are you going down there this year for the Border Olympics in Laredo
I
this
try
year?
to. I try to because man, you guys who know Laredo, those teams they're very well coached. They play with a toughness. They kind of play like how I talked about us. They don't really care who you are. They're gonna come down. They're gonna run their sets. They're gonna compete to the fullest. So I try to uh, take them off of the schedule so they don't have an idea really of what we look like. So when we get to playing, it'll be the first time us seeing them seeing us. So we're not going down there until they realign us again. But it's a lot of respect for those guys down there because I've been playing the last couple of years, and it hasn't been a cakewalk. I really truly appreciate what those guys do. And all those things I talked about earlier, for the discipline, the culture, the teamwork, the chemistry, all that stuff. They have it. They're not always blessed with the best athletes, those Division I players that the Austin teams have or Dallas or Houston, all that stuff, but they always gonna come down and compete.
Right.
Well, talking about culture, right? You just talked about that Laredo, that Valley, that RGV. You're right, because they come with a chip on their shoulder, like us against the world, and they that's how they play night in and night out. So for you, within your culture, what's nearest and dearest to your heart? When you're talking to new guys, returning guys, what is like your biggest value? Like what's nearest and dearest to you, Coach?
I have a part of my philosophy, man. We always talk about play hard, and then hard is an acronym for hustle, attitude, resilience, and determination, right? So those four are the core of the values that we have in place, and that builds our culture. You know what I'm saying? So the biggest thing is just seeing these kids get out and play hard all the time, no matter what. Um, we know that was something that I was fighting with at the beginning, like just to get them to get there, to play hard, to play hard, to play hard, to put your feelings to the side, put the other team to the side, put your points aside, like just play hard, figure out how to win the small battles, right, for the bigger picture. Now, now that's kind of set in stone. So now I'm not putting as much energy into having them play hard and to do things at full speed. I'm focusing more on, the details. Now I can start getting into our offensive fundamentals earlier. I can get into our defensive fundamentals earlier because they already are playing hard. They are already knowing the expectations are that we got to go above and beyond. You know what I'm saying? We got to play at this level in order for us to be good. A lot of it, we can't step on the court. There's teams out there that can sometimes step out on the court and beat you just because they show up. We're not one of those teams, so we got to make sure we get out there and we busting our butts every single time we step out on the floor.
Love that acronym, Coach. I love it.
Well, I've seen it in action. We were at the New Braunfels Canyon game. Well, not Canyon game, but that tournament they had, them in New Braunfels. And I seen Coach lose it, and they were almost dang near winning the game, but Coach they wasn't playing hard enough. You remember that, Coach? In New Braunfels, they wasn't playing hard. They were winning, but Coach wasn't happy the way they were playing. So I've seen him firsthand in action about that, the way he's asking for. But we're going to shift gears a little bit and talk in reference to your tournaments. So since you're not doing the Border Olympics, what tournaments are you looking excited to play this upcoming season?
Looking forward to going back to the South San tournament. We won that one last year.
Okay.
Yeah, we won it last year, so we got to run it back. We got into the Northside tournament this year. I'm excited about that one because it's home. We don't have to travel, and we're going to get to, see some good teams in that tournament as well. And then we're going back to the Robert Williams tournament in Round Rock, which was another good one. Get to see teams from further up north, Austin area, some, Houston area as well. So both of those tournaments, they were ran well, good competition. And then I know the Northeast tournament is going to be another good one for us.
And as far as getting ready for preseason and getting hard games or tough games, how important is that for your schedule for district play and possibly making the playoffs?
Our district, man. Our district well. You do a lot of, you cover our district. And it's hard. Every night out, it's hard. Every game, tough physicality. You don't see anything like that early on. We got to be able to compete. So being able to see those teams, like we start off with Johnson, and Johnson to me is going to be one of the top 5 teams in the city this year. That's going to be an eye opener for us. We got a lot of good teams on our schedule. And I do it that way because one, we want to smoke. The kids got to see it, so that when we get the district or when we get the playoffs, they're going to be like we've been here. You know what I'm saying? We've been here before. So all we got to do is compete and finish games out. So It's very important, man, to have a tough preseason schedule. Win some, lose some. The preparation is key.
Yes, battle tested. And you do a great job with that with your group. Wait, Mike.
So, one of the things that I admire about you, Coach Bell, family man. You got your sons, proteges of you. You got your number one fan in Miss Kenyatta Bell, always there at the half court line supporting. And so, how important is your family within your role at Clemens?
My personal family or the basketball family?
Your personal family, your personal, your homestead.
Uh, Very important, because not only am I, coach, I'm not only am I dad, I'm coach for my oldest one, starting to get into some more stuff with my youngest one. Just being able to have that support. I know a lot of times, man, my wife is going to bat for me in the stands because how fans be, parents be, they go crazy, they say something. But it's one thing that she gonna do is have my back. You know what I'm saying? I tell her, don't worry about it, because I don't worry about it. But she gonna be in them stands and she gonna make sure she stand up for what's right. No matter what, she's in it for the kids. She's in it for me. She that person I can go home and talk to. And when I'm having some issues, I talk to her about it, and she'll set me straight, because she'll give it to me 100. And just being able to, like, the kiddos, just being there, seeing that environment, because they're athletes as well. They see how I'm talking and coaching these kids and what I'm expecting from them, so they kind of know, and they get ready. And they know when it's their turn, they don't have the same expectations. But just having them around, man, want them, the one of the best things about when I first got this job is bringing them to the district. They went to the schools with us, and they was able to ride on the bus to games with me. And they sitting in the back with the players, and they sitting on the bench with us, and they in the locker rooms with the kids. And they just building those relationships and just being around it, and that, man, that was big. Just being able to have them there through the whole process all the time, and them learning and having the respect from the kids, seeing them playing with the older kids, and shooting at halftime or after the game. Every gym we go to, man, is fun. It's not like a college job where I'm always away from them. They always there. They always able to go to where we go. So, I enjoy that. I enjoy that a lot.
And I know you do, and that's why I wanted to make sure to show that, because man, that character, and then that homestead piece, man. I salute you. I salute that family, man, and those values that I know you have, because you're instilling it in
Yeah.
your boys, and you're instilling it in your Clemens boys as well, because it goes beyond basketball for you, and I know it.
Yep. Definitely.
Well, hey, I kind of know the answer to this because we talked about this last year a little bit, Coach. But I got to ask it anyway, just because it's good conversation. And then plus you're part of the growth of this, so that's why I think you're an important person to ask. Where do you see, or how is the state of San Antonio basketball right now, and probably the next 3 years to come?
Man, I'm excited about where it's going, man, especially for these younger groups that I've been seeing in the AAU world, as elementary kids starting to make their way to high school, and I was looking at uh, how all of them are doing. Most of them are the work that they've put in is starting to show at their high school levels as early as freshmen. Now more than ever, you're seeing freshmen playing varsity basketball. It's because of their upbringing, the grassroots of them just being able to compete competitive basketball, being in programs that are preparing them for this moment. And just seeing them not only, getting the opportunity to play, to be on varsity, but to play and produce. I see a lot of kids out there starting crucial minutes, playing well with the ball in their hands, being very productive. So I know for sure, these next 4 to 6 years is going to be San Antonio is going to gonna get back to where I think like when I was in high school. Real
And,
competitive.
and that brings to my next question. Cole was the last San Antonio team to actually win a state title here for boys, if I'm correct. What do you think within the next few years? Do you think we have a chance to actually win a state title? If any, the 6A, the 5A, 4A, 3A again, or do you think it's going to take a little longer?
I think it's coming, man. I think we'll see somebody in the next 3 to 4 years, especially because we got this big school, little school stuff going on. So it's giving people another opportunity, to win a state title. So I think that, if this would have came about 2 years ago, Brennan probably would have already had one. Vance probably would have had one as well. Just to split it up. You never know, man. It's the opportunity. It's a good opportunity. That's the opinion. That's everybody's opinion. But at least, since it's here, you got to take advantage of it. So I think in the next couple of years, somebody's going to come out of San Antonio victorious.
And my last thing, go ahead, Mike.
We've been talking about San Antonio on the rise the past couple months, and the fact that we're not just boosting the city, the fact that we are confident, like factual, like we really have some possibilities to really do this and to know that it really can happen. That's exciting, like really exciting. Like, yeah. And not just one, like multiples, like 1 in 6, 1 in 5, multiples that have a true, real shot at it. Guys that, and not just a 1 year type of deal that, like, they're going to be contenders for the next couple years. Oh, man, that's exciting, man. It's golly.
Yeah. No, it's a lot. I think teams are getting better. We have, we got several teams this year. I think we got at least 10 competitive teams that can make noise, so, and that's not going away because, like I say, the younger crowd is coming in where there was tons, like this 28 class has tons of talent. The 27 class had a lot of the 26, 29s coming. Like it's just constantly, coming. So it's going to get better, man. It's going to get more competitive, which is going to it's going to be competitive within the city, which is going to make it competitive outside once we start playing those teams, Austin, Houston, Dallas, whoever else you want to put into the equation. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to seeing these next 6 to 8 years.
And my last question I'm asking, I'm turn over to Mike because he got rapid fire for you. How proud of you of Kingston Fleming? Because I know you worked with him. You had something to do with that too. Because you used to be with that camp. Well, you still are. You're still with that camp. So how proud of you with that deal? That young man might be our first burger boy.
Say it again, because you cut out.
I said, how proud of you are of Kingston Fleming? You're part of that camp, and he might be one of our first burger boys here. At least in my time of seeing it here, being here in 10 years, I haven't seen a burger boy from San Antonio.
Yeah, man. I'm very proud of him, man. Him and his family, the whole program, man. It's just, I was telling, his dad, man, I talked to his dad a lot and told his dad, I said, man, this kid gonna get it done. I said, this kid gonna be special. He tried to be the modest dad and say, yeah, we gonna see, blah, blah, blah. But you can see talent, man. Talent. When you see it, and Kingston got it. He got one of the most important things too, man. It's not just his skill set, but he got that mentality. If you can have the skill set, but if you don't have the mentality, you're not gonna go anywhere. But he got the mentality. He's a competitor. You know what I'm saying? He's fearless, along with being skilled and everything that you need, man. And he's humble. He's hungry. So I see it, man. I see good things happening for him in the future. And I'll be rooting for him, man. Be rooting for him.
You've always had, and that's why. Again, that's one thing I do love about what y'all do over there in that program and what you're doing for the school, because even though you're not on that side of town, you're over here in the Church Cibolo area. Man, you do a phenomenal job, man. That's why I continue to support you and rock with you and make sure people know, hey, man, you guys got a winner over here in our neighborhood. So again, I'm gonna keep giving you your flowers, making sure I keep putting you and your program on the spotlight there. And all I say is just keep being humble and doing what you do, Coach. You're doing a phenomenal job.
Appreciate it, man. I'm a show try. I'm a show try.
All right, give me a second. I'm gonna get this rapid fire up real quick.
While Mike's looking for that, Coach, are you guys not in the Gasso deal this weekend coming up, are you?
You cut
Coach,
out.
Coach Bell. I said,
Yeah,
are you guys
yeah.
are you in the Gasso deal coming up this weekend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna be there. Good.
All
Okay.
right.
Go ahead. Take over, Mike.
All right, Coach. I got a little rapid fire segment for you. I'm gonna just give you a couple of choices, and you let us know what you prefer. Make sense?
Yep.
All right. Bears or Texans?
Bears or Texans? Texans,
Yeah.
bro. Texans.
Pizza or calzone?
Pizza.
Cheeseburger or hot dog?
Cheeseburger.
McDonald's or Burger King?
McDonald's.
Two-part wing question. Hot wings or barbecue wings?
If I had to choose one, I'm gonna say barbecue.
Drums or flats?
Flats all day long.
Kobe or LeBron?
Kobe.
All right. Now, give us a fun fact or something that we, the people, don't know about Coach Robert Bell, state champion, 1996-97.
A fun fact. I don't know, man. Probably that I'm a competitive pickleball player.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, we get after it, man. We had a group that we used to go on every Saturday. Got a couple of partners that I play with, and we be in there getting after it, man, talking smack and everything. So yeah.
that's definitely
Pickleball.
a fun fact, Coach. I'd have never pegged you as a pickleball guy. That's a fun fact for real.
Yeah.
Didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't know. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That is a fun fact. Wow.
Yeah. But, yeah.
Okay.
That's pickleball is fun, man.
I keep hearing. I know one of our mentors play. Tom Brown, man. He's like the pickleball king, man.
Yeah.
Built that
knew
court in
that.
his backyard.
Yeah, a lot of people,
He
man.
has
A lot of
pickle
people
back.
into it.
He has a
lot of
pickleball
NBA
court in his
players,
backyard.
everybody.
Really? Okay. So it's coming. It's the next big thing.
Ain't no
Yeah,
next.
it's on
They
the
done
rise.
bought out Drive
It's on the
Nation and the
rise.
SWAC in Dallas. It's here.
Okay. Well, look, Coach, man, I want to say thank you again. And again, I'm gonna be covering you guys, so I'll see you again. So
Yeah, I see you all the time. I see Mike. I was gonna hit Mike up today. I was gonna come out to some of them games, but I decided to stay here and get ready for these football games.
That's because Ray told you it wasn't worth coming out, and I don't blame him for saving you that trip. I already know what that conversation. You asked one question, what it looking like. Ray said, "Stay home." I already know how that conversation went.
Hey, man, I just want to stay home and get ready for the football game.
Hey, well, Rob Bass, man, couple of decades of friendship and just respect and love through these hoops, man. And so being able to see your growth and now what you're doing and giving back and still be a part of it, because, as you know, I got guys that's over there with you. So, when I hear them reaching out to me about Coach Bell this, Coach Bell that, right? And I'm like, well, that's what he said. That's what it is. I mean, it's pretty simple. But, for them to have the mindset to already adapt, it feels good. So I'm glad that we have continued our relationship. And I'm glad you allowed us to celebrate you, man. So thank you for giving us that opportunity, that privilege. It was an honor to be able to serve you, to give you these flowers, man, and just Keep doing what you're doing, man, and you know you're gonna see me out there and around.
Yep. I appreciate y'all, man. Keep doing what y'all doing because you know we need this in San Antonio, man. I just want to appreciate you guys, man, for setting this foundation because me being from San Antonio, you know what I'm saying, a lot of times it's always negative and people don't come together to give each other any type of props or flowers. So you guys doing this, man, it's just gonna help the city grow. So keep up the good work, man, and just let me know how I can help. I'll be there.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yep.
Playboy, you made that beat.